Hello, welcome to White Davy Gardening and Worm Farm. These tomatoes in my self-wicking buckets, they gave me quite a scare. The heat wave has passed, but our temperatures are just a little below the heat wave level. And I came out yesterday and I looked at these tomatoes and I thought, oh my goodness, these are dead. I really thought they were dead because all the leaves were so badly drooping and everything, as you can see. So all of the previous blossoms are, if you recall, in one of my videos I showed you how this beefsteak started flowering. All of those flowers died. All of them. I've been watering them throughout the heat wave, giving them more water than usual. And when I came out yesterday, they were just looking terrible. So I thought for sure they were dead. So I gave them far more water than I usually do and left them. Came out this morning. They're not looking too badly. The top of the plant, however, this plant is totally gone. There's no way that's gonna be revived. So the plants did take a good amount of damage. All of those flowers, look at them, they're all dead. So the plant did take a lot of damage from the heat wave. So I'm just gonna take off these portions that are damaged. It doesn't make sense to leave it there. I don't want it to stay there and sap in whatever nutrients the rest of the plants could be getting. But now that the top of the plant is gone, it's going to be sending out suckers to create a new top. So today I'm going to attempt to do a little bit of harvesting. I'm going to be testing my potatoes to see if they're ready. Okay, so let's see. I like to allow my potatoes to die back fully before I harvest. This one hasn't died back fully, it's dying, but this one has lost its foliage, so I'm going to harvest this one and see what's happening there. Okay, so I am preparing to be disappointed. It came up so easily. It doesn't feel as if, oh, one plant and I see one little potato. Now let's see, did I miss anything or is that it? Oh, look at this one. I almost got myself in trouble. I did feel a potato underneath there. I was about to pull it, but then based on the direction that the root is coming from, I know that it does not belong to the plant that I just harvested. Interesting. Okay, so that's the harvest. That's the harvest from that plant. The size of that one is not bad though. Should I harvest this or should I let it stay? Oh, it's two separate. Oh no, just one plant with two sprout, and it is sending up a new sucker there, so I'm gonna let that one stay. But this is not bad. So now we're going to harvest some callaloo, or amaranth as it is called by many. And I'm going to be having this amaranth for breakfast. So the way you harvest your callaloo is you want to make sure that you have enough branches so that after you've harvested, the plant can continue to grow and produce more callaloo for you. It's not a one-time harvest but a repetitive process. So I have 3 large stem and a little one, so those are going to stay there and continue growing and producing more branches yet. These, I'm amazed at how quickly they grew, because last week they were about 1/4 of the size that they are now. But everything we got, that little bit of rain that I told you we had last week, and everything just went crazy. So there it is, guys, my little bundle of callaloo. So I'm gonna have this for tomorrow's breakfast. Now this takes a little bit of time to prepare, because when we are preparing callaloo, I noticed in a video that someone just harvests just the leaves. So when they harvest it like that, preparing it is quite easy. But on the stem there is a skin, and if you steam that skin, it's kind of make it difficult to chew your callaloo. So I'm gonna do this one-sidedly to show you what Jamaicans do with the callaloo. So we would strip it, just like that, and we'll strip it, and we would do the same thing under each of these joints. We would do a slight cut and strip, and then we cut it up into small portions that's about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch thick, and then we'd steam it, or we'd strip it and put it in soup, or veggie soup. But guys, look at this. I don't know if you remember me showing you my sweet potatoes last week. They were looking nothing like this. I was saying how disappointed I was with how they look, but look at this. They are doing so well. I'm quite impressed. This one is running. Look at the size of the vine. Yes, these sweet potatoes, they are looking so good, and what I like is that they don't seem to have a lot of pest problem. There is some pest, but not a lot. So I'm quite impressed. Look at this single plant. It is spreading out to the 2 sides of the raised beds. So they are doing quite well. So I am definitely looking forward to having sweet potato to harvest this year, provided the weather continue as is. Now these ones here from this location here across, these are my Japanese yam, the purple one. So this one is one continuous plant from here. So I don't know if you remember when I was planting them out, and I showed you that this one, while it was growing indoors, actually started producing Japanese yam. So on this end there is the Japanese yam that it was producing, and then I said I was going to do an experiment and sink the other end of the potato plant, sweet potato plant, into the ground. So I did that. So now we have 2 plants from the one, but then all the leaves that were on this section died back, so now it is starting to regrow. So I'm gonna see what's gonna happen with that. Remember I was telling you on one of my live that none of my basil germinated, so I decided to put them in containers and try again. and nothing in the ground. Well, I see about 3 little plants coming up in the ground now, but the ones that I put in containers, I have a few of them germinated. So I have the sweet basil, and I have 3 plants in another container with the lemon basil, so I'm quite happy about that. They did take a while to germinate, but I'm quite happy. Okay, so this is my update and what's going on in my garden. I'm quite happy with my first harvest of callaloo for this year, and the leaves are not being eaten by any creatures, so that's good, because callaloo usually requires a lot of attention to keep pests off it, and that's something I've forgotten about until one of my viewers mentioned that her amaranth is being eaten. But the problems that you usually have with these is actually what they're called caterpillars, and I believe I just saw one too, a little tiny green caterpillar, very small one on the leaf. I'm not sure what moth laid it, but I just saw one on the leaves. But thankfully the leaves are not really being damaged, so I'm happy about that. So what we do when we harvest the callaloo is we would wash it in salt water, because the salt will help to take whatever little caterpillars are on there off. So I'm going to do that and strip down my callaloo and cut it up and put it in a bag and put it in the fridge so that I can keep it fresh for tomorrow's breakfast. So if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more, please take a moment to give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and turn on your notification for more updates like these. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a wonderful day. Yeah man, it's time to grow.